What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. An exciting day in the market. We got some good PPI data. The Fed was dovish, and we had a strong rally. Another great follow-through day. We did break through some key levels. However, there is one final level that we really need to break through before I consider what happened the other Monday to be the bottom. So we're going to go over all this. We're going to go through the Mag 7. We're going to go through the SPY and the Qs. So thank you for joining. Be sure to hit that like. Be sure to comment below and maybe hit that subscribe. Now, before we dive into it, here's my disclaimer. Trading is risky. The content in this video is not financial advice. It is my opinion only. Trade at your own risk, okay? But I hope that you do find some value in this video. All right, so the markets are still going at the moment, but this is the big thing that I am looking at right now. What we are looking at right here is the SPY, and this is the daily chart, and right here is the all-important 50-day moving average. And you can see we push right up to it. Now, breaking through that is going to be a big deal, but an even bigger deal will be getting out of the Ichimoku cloud and breaking the parabolic SAR that has been in place basically since the top. So, I mean, we broke it here, but then we had a big whiplash day and then gapped down and broke it again. So this level sits at 544. A candle tomorrow pushing above 544 into 545 is going to be a very big deal, because once we're out of the cloud, this serves as strong support. The 50-day moving average is strong support. This is like institutional support right here. Institutions will get more involved once that gets above that. Kind of gives the coast is clear. But with this looming above us, I don't think institutions are really going to feel comfortable piling in until we get above there. Now, the good news is that we do have a MACD crossover forming, and the immediate cloud is pretty bullish. However, you can see out here it is bearish. So also, yes, today's daily candle is not closed yet, but we don't have a lot of volume. We have reducing volume throughout this bounce up. So that is concerning. Now, let's take a look at the NASDAQ as well. You can see here, this downtrend line was broken today, and we broke into the cloud on the NASDAQ. However, the NASDAQ also has some resistance immediately above it. 462, 464, and ultimately 465 is the 50-day moving average. MACD crossover forming, reducing volume, similar profile to the SPY. Obviously, it had a big day today, 2.2%. Another thing that I was looking at as well on the 4-hour chart, I don't have the indicator on here, but we nudged right up to a major moving average and found resistance there. So this is the final moment right here. We did get a little oversold today in that push up, but if there's no attacks in the Middle East tonight and we get more good data tomorrow and we get one more follow-through day that pushes us up over this 465, we will be pretty much out of this downward wedge that we were forming, and I will feel a lot more comfortable calling this down here the bottom. Barring any geopolitical events, et cetera, you can see the cloud is starting to go bullish though on the 4-hour, which is great news. So a lot of construction done. We had a big base form right here. So in the top of the clouds right here. So if we do have a gap down or some crazy movement, I would suspect there to be some support right around 450 for the Qs. All right, let's dive into the Mag 7. We're going to start with NVIDIA. It had a really great day today, pushing up over the Fibonacci level of 111.16, pushing up over the 200-day moving average. This is the 4-hour, sorry. Okay, we're inside the cloud, and if we can close at this level, what is this? 50-day moving average, we're closing over as of right now, as long as there's no dump by the end of the day. I have a GAN fan and price level at 116.50. Let's take a look at the GANs. All right, so NVIDIA daily. Okay. NVIDIA doing its best job trying to get back into this fib channel here. You can see the GAN level is at 119. So 119 is a crucial level. Obviously, once we can pump over this like 127 level, which is where my cost basis on my current trade is, that's going to be important, because then we're through the arc, through these levels again. And as we push into earnings, I'd love to see us get above this level here. This angle seems to be supported and confirmed, at least in the time being. Obviously a big day for NVIDIA. All right, we're gonna look at Tesla. Tesla managed to push over 200 today. And let's see here. So we're in the arc, confirmed this GAN angle today. So we're back above it, and we're back above it in a pretty strong way, but we did find resistance at the Tengen-sen and the top of the arc. So I suspect some little, basically we need to find out where we are on the 22nd. So 10 days from now, if we're still above the arc and still above this angle, it's going to be great news. The cloud sits up a bit higher though, 216. Apple, another strong day for Apple. We're now at the top of this fib channel here. The angle sits at 225, and that's going to be a really critical level. We might not, we might get a little bounce and then a push and find ourselves right here. The top of the arc and this angle sits at 225 on the 16th. The 16th is this Friday, so by the end of the week, we're going to see what Apple wants to do, I think. But, you can see just pure green days, however, on reducing volume. Markets are still a little shaky at the moment. People don't really want to jump in. They're not really bullish yet. They don't feel like this was truly the bottom. However, you could see that was a GAN level that it tapped, pushed right back into the arc, and now it's trying to push to the top of the arc. So I don't think we see 196 again for Apple, in my opinion. I think we did our retest and a strong, firm confirmation of that level, and it is pushing higher now. Microsoft had a pretty good day today as well. Look at that. Are we? Hell yeah. All right, we're back above this GAN angle. So that's really important. We were falling down earlier this week. So yes, this is great. Next price target for Microsoft is 422. Meta, also another strong one, got over the GAN angle today, guys. This is excellent. Absolutely excellent. So you love to see this. This becomes a support level now. You might see like a retest here, or you might just see this thing push forward. The next GAN level to watch is up here at 632. So it's got quite a ways to go if it continues this strong price action. Amazon being able to push back into this fib channel. Looks like this GAN angle is confirmed at the moment. And similar to Apple, look at that. Same movement as Apple. Came down to a GAN level and then pushed higher. Now it's a little further away from the arc. It's going to take some time to get back up to the, trying to push past 200 again. But it doesn't need to get to this level, 200, for it to find some new support. So obviously we're a ways away from the cloud. I want to take a look at the weekly just to see where we stand as far as the cloud and everything. Yeah, look at that. So that would have been the buy right there. Man, anyone buy shares at 153 or like down here? If you did, comment below. I want to be jealous of you. All right, we got Google. Google managing to stay above the arc, and it looks like it wants to stay in this fib channel. We really, for Google, needs to get above 170. That's really the, you know, the next support level, GAN level. So yeah, Google posting some level of a recovery today. I'm going to take a look at some key names today. Eli Lilly's been really just on a tear. Found some resistance at the top of the arc today. But you can see we had, you know, this is a weekly. So here, let's look at the daily. Daily, we're back above the cloud, which is awesome. All right. So we're going to find some key resistance nearby at 919. But if we can clear through that in a strong way, it's going to want to push to 1150. And you guys, that is 25% away. So that's massive. But this stock moves in a massive way. And this right here, I mean, if we get some follow through, that can indicate just a parabolic move. We might really move up to this 1150. I wouldn't enter a new long just yet. I'd like to see, you know, like a breakthrough, a hit to the top, maybe a retest, and then a break. That would be ideal price action to kind of confirm what's going on. Not to say that once you do that, it's a straight line, but just to see that we can, you know, hold this level here. The cloud does give us some pretty strong support though, and that sits at 884. I think it'd be interesting to take a look at Heikin-Ashi candles. So we are in a strong uptrend on the Heikin-Ashis as well. Tomorrow, like, you know, if I were to take a long position, I would set my stop loss like 868. That is like a pretty decent ways away though. Let's see here. You know, it's like 3.5% away, so not terrible. Costco, green on the Heikin-Ashis, but on the regular candles, we had slightly green day. It was a little hairy for a second. But this is good. We're closing over this body of this candle. We're still over the cloud. The cloud isn't in, you know, the Ichimoku is not exactly in the healthiest position, you know, Tenkan-sen under Kijun-sen and everything, but right now the chart's looking fairly healthy, all things considered. Netflix. So Netflix is well inside the cloud. Looks like it's, you know, confirmed this angle for now. You do have some pretty strong support just below that angle as well. So that's good news for Netflix. Top of the cloud sits at 671, and the GAN arc is at 688. And top of the cloud is 3.5%, and then you got 6.17%. You know, if we get some strong recovery from this move, you know, it's going to want to go up here. That's about 12%, 13%, and then the next level from there is just very far away, another 15%. So I like what I'm seeing here. You know, we had a little scare here, a little scare here, but it looks like this angle is pretty much confirmed now. Palantir. Had a request for Palantir. Thank you. By the way, if there is a stock you want me to analyze, leave a comment below. I'd be happy to take a look at it. Now, let me make a GAN box for this real quick. All right, so here's Palantir on the GAN. You can see this GAN level of 20 bucks roughly held multiple times. You can see how the arc does hold some support, but because of its angled nature, can give you some scares. But this angle right here, pretty much confirmed, and that sits at about $26, and that is about an 11% drop from here. So taking a look at the Ichimoku, the nearest support is right down here. So not to say that I expect it to fall down there, but it's pretty far extended at the moment, which does give some cause for concern. So I would maybe like to see it kind of return back to some of these levels. We'll probably have like a range right here where it like holds for a minute. But we do have the next scan levels 3464. And from here, that's about 15%. So you have nearly a 1-to-1 risk reward if you were to, take a position right here. Looking at the Heikin-Ashi candles, they're going to look probably pretty good. But you can see they are slowing down a little bit. This is one of those, if I were to trade it in the near term, I'd probably put a 4-hour on here. And the 4-hour Tenkan-sen sits at about 28.74, which gives us a bit more of a tighter stop loss. And that's not a terrible level because that's, below this whole range that we've been trading in for the last couple days. Yeah, so Palantir, I like it. I like the stock. I kind of want to enter a position. I got some really good gains earlier in this year, and then I bailed out, and that was a smart move at the time. I actually missed a lot of losses by doing that. But their most recent earnings was just so strong. I'd love to enter a new position, but we're just a little extended from my preferences. But, the Ichimoku looks to be in a healthy way. Kijinsen's still below the cloud, which is a little strange to me, but, when you have a powerful move like this, it might take a minute. In a couple days, it might just pop over. And that's on the 4-hour. On the, we haven't had a very clear Tenkan-sen crossover Kijinsen yet, so... Yeah, healthy chart, but a little extended to be entering a new long position. Lockheed Martin's kind of another name that's a little interesting. We did get up and over the scan level right here, and we do seem to be holding it, and that sits at about 553. With everything going on in the world, you might see Lockheed get another boost. But I do like what I'm seeing. There's a lot of support under, below. For it to break through all the support, it would have to drop 5%. So... And that's not a terrible drop, especially considering, if we do get back up, all the way up to the arc, that's like 16%. So I do like Lockheed Martin here. You got like the Ichimoku's pretty tight. We've had closes over the top of it consistently. We've had our digestion period, it looks like. So I like what I'm seeing here in Lockheed Martin. I want to take a look at Progressive. Progressive closed below the GAN level, looks like. Here, let's see here. Closed below the GAN level here today. I wouldn't be surprised if we pop back up and over it. TLT is my last name I want to look at. So this has not closed yet, and the Tenkan-sen just keeps on moving higher. Like, I'm waiting for this to like close over to enter a better position, a bigger position into this. But yeah, the bond market, I mean, this is a long-term play here. But you could see, if we go back to when interest rates started to get raised, you have this big steep decline. Once they start to lower them, I would suspect that we return. We might not ever get back to 0% interest rates, but even if we get back up halfway of here over the next 2 years, that's like 34%. So that's a pretty good return for bonds, which is, less risky, supposedly less risky than stocks. Also, take a look. I mean, this is as low as it gets usually. This goes all the way back to 2003. So, if I were to go from here and take it to the low over here, it's a 16% drop. So it's not nothing at all, but it looks, I would suspect that we bottomed right here. And, you know, it's not a matter of if this goes up, it's a matter of how long it takes and how fast the Fed wants to cut interest rates. But based on today's speech, I would suspect that, you know, they're going to start in September, and the hope is that they give a half a point, because I do think the labor or the economy is slowing a little bit more than what they're letting on. Okay, guys, well that's it for today. I wanted to keep it nice, short, and sweet. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you haven't hit that like button yet, would you do that for me? It helps the algorithm. And if you're not a subscriber yet, you probably see a subscribe button showing up on the video right now. I don't have 100 subscribers yet, but you could be one of the first 100 subscribers to help me build my channel. Would appreciate it so much. And until next time, Risky Ryan out.